What's up, everyone? It is your girl GLBeauty87 here, aka Grace, and today we're going to talk about some of my favorite brushes. So I'm going to show you my favorite face brushes and my favorite eye brushes. So I usually stick to 2 or 3 just solid brands that I like to use, and those are the ones I'm going to show today. I only have one brand that you'll probably be shocked about, and that's because it was a collab with a makeup artist that did a great job when it came to his brushes, because he wasn't going to let them play with his brushes the way they be playing with the normal sets of brushes. So I feel like you should know which brand I'm talking about. I am talking about Morphe and Makeup by Ariel. So he came out with this set of brushes with Morphe, I want to say like 2 years ago, don't quote me, but I got it when it initially came out, and then they had a sale on them on 21 Days of Beauty at also this year, so I went ahead and got some more. So these are some of the brushes that come in there. The original set comes with more, so I don't remember if these are some of them that come in there or not, but this is the one set of Morphe brushes I actually like. Some of Jacqueline's are really nice too, but I usually just stick to this brush set from him, and it's like one Jacqueline brush I use that's really similar to this one. Hers is just shorter, so I didn't see the point of showing them. If they're the exact same brush, you can get these brushes instead as well. However, there are a dupe for these that my girl It's Glam XO Beauty on Instagram posted. That's like 30-something bucks, and Makeup by Ariel's is like, I forgot how much. But this is the one that I have, so I'm just showing you this one. She says they're just as good, so you can check them out if you dare, but I don't use them, so I can only speak on the ones I have, and these are the ones I have. So this is the only brush that I figure you all will be shocked about. I'm gonna get the one other brush out the way, because I don't own that many brushes from this brand when it comes to the face, but I have a lot when it comes to the eye. So this is the BK Beauty X Angie Hot and Flashy A506 brush. I always use this brush for my concealer. Like every single day I put on concealer, I use this brush. So I definitely really like this brush a lot. It's great for putting directly underneath the eye. I mean, Mega by Mario's brush is literally almost identical to this brush. I think his is synthetic as well. Don't quote me, but I know this is a synthetic brush, but I really like this brush for putting concealer on underneath the eye and patting out and blending it down. I feel like it does an amazing job with that. So yeah, this is the only BK Beauty brush I have for the face. I've been looking to see and thinking about getting some more, but it's like I love these other brushes so much, so I'm like, do I really need those? So next I have Rephr. So I love me a Rephr brush. So this is my Rephr number 18. This is a highlighter brush. This is my Rephr 05. This is to me, it's a small bronzer brush, but you can use it for blush as well. Like I've used it for blush in the past. You can use it for blush or bronzer. Almost dropped it, y'all. And then this is my Rephr number 4. This definitely I have used for blush. As you can see, there's still some blush on it. That's why it's pink. Even though I've cleaned them, so it's not like it's dirty. It's clean. It's just when you use brushes so much, sometimes you can't always get every single part out. Next, I have the number 22, which is the bronzer brush. Now this baby is quite expensive, but I love me a good Rephr brush. So I have quite a few. I have some more that you'll see in the eye category, but I figured I'd start off with the face category because I don't have as many that I use on the face. I kind of have some staples that I stick to, and these are some of the staples I stick to. I also have this number 32. I like to use this for concealer sometime underneath the eyes to kind of blend it out nicely and evenly when my my Angie Hot and Flashy brush is dirty. I'll substitute it with this brush right here, and this brush blends out concealer just as nicely and smoothly. Plus I like to use this when I'm going into the pot of concealer and kind of pat underneath there, because I feel like it gets a little bit closer into the eye and gets a little bit more detail underneath there. So it just depends on how detailed I'm trying to be with my concealer underneath the eye, which one of those I pick for the day. So of course y'all know I'm going, oh wait, there was one more brush. I thought I had brought this one with me. This is the number 24. Now this is the one I've used more for bronzer than I do for blush. I know they look somewhat similar. They are not the same though. They just look similar. See, this one is a little bit more wider than this one is. So that's why I like to use it for bronzer, because it reminds me of a baby version of the bronzer brush. Whereas this one I feel like is better for blush when I don't want to have that smaller blush. When I want to put, like, pick up a lot of product and a lot of blush at one time, I like this one over the number 4 that I showed you. So I want you to see they are not the same. They are different. But now, of course, y'all know we couldn't talk about brushes without me talking about Sigma brushes. Like, I've been using Sigma brushes since I first started in makeup. Like, the first high-end brushes I bought were from Sigma. So here are some of my staples. As you can see, this one is very loved. Look how dirty she looks. And mind you, this has been cleaned, so it's not like it's actually dirty. Like, I've just used it to the point where the stains were like, we're not coming out anymore. Okay, we're just gonna stay here. You're gonna keep using it again. So, you know. Yeah, but this is my Sigma F82 brush. This is the round kabuki brush. I really like to use this for foundation. When I'm putting on my foundation, I just like the way it smooths out the product and looks really nice. Like I said, she's well loved because she's quite dirty and whatnot. Everybody keep texting me, child. Oh Jesus, sorry about that. I was talking to Dion earlier and we was talking on Instagram and I gotta answer those messages, and then my mom started texting me and I'm like, she's like, there are packages and blah blah. I'm like, I know, they emailed me about the packages, Mima. Because that's what my son calls her. But next we have the concealer blend kabuki brush F79. Now I like to use this to blend out my contour. I don't use this for concealer because I feel like this is just way too big to be blending concealer anywhere. Like, look how huge this is underneath my eye. Like, no, this is too big personally for my liking. But it's great as a bronzer brush, so you don't have to use brushes for exactly what the brand says it for. You should use them for whatever you want. And to me, this is definitely my bronzer brush. So like, I'll go in and just start chiseling along the sides and putting my bronzer on all around the face, and I use this for that, and I love it for that. I think I have like 2 of these. I think I wore one out finally, so I had to buy another one. So this is my new one. As you can see, she's already been loved, because look, they just so dirty. I'm sorry, but I did clean them. Like I said, I just use them that much till they're still look dirty. Next, of course, we have the classic flat kabuki number F80. This is my powder brush. Now, I know a lot of people use this for cream foundation, but they say if you want the powder to go in better and you don't want to lightly dust it over your face, that you should use kabuki brush. So when I want to press my foundation powders in that I'm putting on top of my foundations to get that extra coverage that I like to have, because y'all know I'm a full beat type of gal, I make sure I use this. So I just kind of press into my powder and just kind of press it all over the face. That's what I use this brush for. You can use it for your cream foundation as well. I used to use it for my cream foundations and liquid foundations, but I just prefer to use it for powders now because I have my round top kabuki, and I find that I like that a lot better than I like this one for when it comes to that. Not that this is bad, but this is just my staple powder brush, so that's what I use it for. Then I got a couple of highlighter brushes. I prefer to use my what do you call them, my Rephr brushes when it comes to my blush brushes. So I have 2 highlighter brushes from Sigma that I like to use regularly. So this is, I didn't bring my one in here. I used a lot because I wanted you to see what the shape originally looked like. I have one I have used so much till like the shape of it has changed, so I want you to see what it originally looks like. So this is the tapered highlighter brush, the F35. I love this brush. Like, it has that perfect little teardrop shape on it, kind of like the it's kind of similar to the one from my one from Sigma that I said I've used so much has turned into this shape, and it doesn't even have like the pointed tip on it anymore because I've used it so much. But I feel like they're giving a similar shape. This one is just a little bit wider, and this one has a little bit of a narrow tip to it. So that's the difference between the Rephr number 18 and the Sigma F35 brush. But I really love this for highlighter from time to time. But my all-time favorite highlighter brush, I would have to say, is the high cheekbone highlighter brush F03. Y'all, I love highlighter brushes like this. So this is easily one of my favorite brushes to use when it comes to highlighter, because I just love the shape of it. I don't know why. I feel like it says, it's just perfect for the high cheekbone right there. As you can see, it's just going on perfectly and nice. Like, this is just the perfect highlighter brush to me. So I reach for this pretty much every day when I wash my brushes at night. I make sure this is one of the ones I wash. I need to buy another one to have a backup for, but Sigma said they're sending me a PR package in the mail, so I don't know if it's going to be, you know, that or what's going on. But I'm like, yes, like, I hope I get another F03 brush because y'all, I love it. Okay, let's get into some eye brushes now, some honey. Now again, with my eye brushes, now this is when BK Beauty is going to come in more, but I still have Rephr and I still have Sigma because those are just the brushes I love. So I guess I'll go with the BK Beauty brushes because I think I only have like 3 or 4 of those, and the rest of them are going to be like, well, Rephr or Sigma. So these are the BK Beauty brushes I love the most. So I have a 202 brush. It's a nice fluffy brush to just blend your transition shade and whatnot. Then I have a more detailed brush for the crease from the Angie Hot and Flashy collection. This is the A504 brush. I like really detailed brushes like this because I feel like they go right in the crease perfectly and get that transition color in the crease down pat. So I really like this brush for that reason. I have a couple of them actually, but I think one is downstairs that I need to wash, and then the other one was up here for me to be able to film this video. Then I have the BK Beauty 206 brush. These are the ones I like to put on the outer V and put my color on the outer V. Matter of fact, I used one of them in the video I just did because, like I told you, I have 2 of them. I used this one in the video to do the Pat McGrath eye look I have on now. I have on the Bijouette Bliss and the Sunset Romance to create the eye look that I did now with the holiday collection. But I really like this for my outer V shade, so that's another one I really love from BK Beauty. Then this one, this is the 203. I like to put shimmers on the lid with this. It is gorgeous to put the shimmers on the lid. I feel like it dips into the pan nicely, picks up a decent amount of product, so you don't have to dip in a lot of times just to get a decent amount of pigment on your eyelid. And it's easy to use and easy to apply, so I really like this for that. Then when I want to have a nice smoky lower lash line, I like to use the BK Beauty 207 brush. I feel like it's just good to pick up a lot of product and go underneath there and brush underneath the lower lash line to get all the color payoff that you need and not have to spend a lot of time dipping back in, because I find sometimes with the smaller ones that you use, you have to dip in quite a few times to dig it back in, and you might have to like go back on and adjust quite a bit. Whereas I find with this one, when I dip in and just drag it underneath there a couple of times, then I might go back into like and brush it out a little bit, but I don't feel like I have to dip in a lot to get a lot of product on a consistent basis in order to get the look that I want to achieve underneath the lower lash line. So that's why I really like this one. Or if you like to have, or you could use it as like an inner corner brush to like put your inner corner color in, because that way you might only have to dip in one time because it's so large. But if you have smaller eyes, you might not like having this huge brush coming towards your eyes. Just put the inner corner in. But I use it for that sometimes as well. It just depends on what I feel like in the moment and in the mood of what I need to do. So I don't have that many Rephr brushes to use. I don't think I have an outer V brush from them. Let me double check in here. But I feel like when it comes to them, the majority brushes I like are the inner corner and the crease and stuff like that. Oh, I did bring that brush. Thank goodness. I was hoping I did. So I have like five Rephr brushes to talk about. So I have this one from the late great Mel Thompson. This is the number 21. She said it was really similar to a MAC brush that she really liked that they discontinued, that was natural hair. So she actually had Rephr make this brush just for her, and then they ended up selling it for everyone to get. So shout out to the late great Mel Thompson for coming up with this brush so we all have it used. I like to use this to cut the crease for glitter glue. This is one of the brushes I use for that, like at home every day when I'm putting my glitter glue. I usually use this to cut the crease with it, but it's really nice to put shimmers on the lid as well. So you can use it for that as well. I just usually use it to cut for glitter glue, and then I might dip into it and put like, you know, the shimmer on top of the lid as well. It's really convenient and it's really nice, and it's a present that Mel Thompson left behind for us. So the next one I have is the number 16. This is a really nice fluffy brush. Again, one of those fluffy brushes that are really similar to that Sigma. What was it? I'm sorry, the 202 from BK Beauty. I mean, I feel like theirs has a little bit more hair and a little bit more fluffy than the BK Beauty one, but otherwise I feel like they're on a similar scale, and I love to use this just to blend out colors and get a nice blown out airbrush effect with the transition shade that you start off with. That's what I like to use it for. Next I have the Rephr number 14. This is one of those like detailed crease brushes like I was talking about with the hot and flashy one from Angie. I just feel like it's a little bit more fluffier and gives you a little more detail when it goes into the crease, and it'll make it a little bit more blown out like the diffused crease brush I'll show you from Sigma in a minute. But if you prefer animal hair versus like synthetic, then you would like this one over that one. But I'll put this aside so I can have it to show when we get to that brush. Next I just have a simple pencil brush. This is the number 3, the inner corner pencil brush. I really like how nice and soft this is, and it picks up a nice amount of product, and I feel like it just fits in the inner corner perfectly just to put on. Again, you can put this on the lower lash line as well. I prefer to use a bigger one though. Sometimes I'll use a smaller one if I'm in a pinch and I don't have like a bigger one, but I prefer to use a bigger one over this. So these are usually just typical inner corner brushes for me. Or if you're trying to get a precise detailed shape in your crease when you're doing like activated liners and stuff like that, then this might be a good brush for you in terms of that. But otherwise I just use this as an inner corner brush. The last one I have to talk about is number 2. Now this is the one I love to put shimmers on the lid with. I just feel like it feels so soft and nice, and it picks up such a nice amount of product to put on the lid, and it just glides across when you put it on top of some glitter glue. So I really like this brush to put on a lot of my lid shades. Okay, of course we got to get to my Sigma brushes, and that's the one I have the most of because I've been using Sigma for years. Like I'm telling y'all, when I first started getting into makeup, the brushes, I would only buy like Sigma brushes, or I try to buy like some affordable brushes from like BH Cosmetics. So my collection really was BH Cosmetics and just like Sigma brushes. So of course y'all know I had to shout out the Shayla collection. It is still on sale if anyone is interested. I think it's still on sale for like 22 bucks, and then you can use my code GELBEAUTY87, because if you didn't know, I do have a code with Sigma. I know, right? Who am I? But I have a Sigma code, and It's Gel Beauty 87, and you, sorry, it's Gel Beauty. There's no 87. I keep forgetting that, y'all, because I'm so used to everybody giving me Gel Beauty 87. It's just Gel Beauty when you use my code at Sigma, and you can get 15% off, I believe. But this is the Makeup Shayla brush set. It comes in the cute little bag. Do I have the bag over here? No, I don't know what I did today. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the bag, but it comes with a cute little bag, and it has, I think, 5 brushes or 6 brushes. I think it's 6. Yeah, because you get this brush, and then I've been using the large fluffy brush that comes in this set to put my eyeshadow primer on for this video. So this is the full set though. You get 6 brushes for like 30-something bucks, and then you can use somebody's code. And then they had a sale that made it even lower than that, because I got like 2 sets for the price of one set, or the price of one set on sale, because I have used I think I used my code or something like that. But yeah, this set is amazing. I really like this brush right here. This is the 25 blending brush to put colors on the outer V. I told you I love flat brushes like this to put my outer V shades on. Then of course there's a nice pencil brush for me to put my inner corner shade in. Then, sorry, the pencil brush is E30, right? Yep, I still know my numbers. How about that? Oh, so I have the E14. This is a flat brush. I feel like this is good and really similar to that one I showed you from Rephr, the number 2, the last one I showed. If you like a more synthetic brush to put your shimmers on with, I feel like this would be great for that. Or you can use it for glitter glue to cut the crease and then put your shimmers on top, and it'd be a multi-use brush. I think Shayla uses this for concealer underneath her eyes from what I remember, but I use it for putting my shimmers on my lid. And then of course you got the E40 that you use to just dust over, like that Rephr's, I think it was 16 that I showed you on the beginning, if you like more synthetic brushes. So if you like more synthetic brushes, I try to make sure I put synthetic ones in here, like BK Beauty is synthetic and Sigma is synthetic. So if you didn't want to buy the animal hair brushes from Rephr, you can still have a couple of other options. Then I have, this is the one I was telling you all I feel like was similar to that Sigma brush, the Rephr brush. This is an E33 detailed diffuse crease brush. I feel like it really gives the vibes of this number 14 from Rephr. So if you don't want to buy an animal hair brush but you still want to do the same thing, I feel like this diffuses colors nicely when you put it in the crease, and this one will do the exact same thing, and it is synthetic as opposed to animal hair, because I know some people don't like animal hair brushes, so that's why I'm making sure I tell you. So then I guess I'll show you the other version of this. This is the detailed crease, the diffuse crease brush. So this one is a bigger version of that smaller one that doesn't give as much detail. So if you just want to diffuse the colors you're putting on as the transition closer to the top, and I feel like this would be good for you because it diffuses the color nicely. If you don't want it to be quite as pigmented, as nice as it would be with the E40, you would use this one because it's going to diffuse the color quite a bit. So that's good for that. Then I got the small tapered blending brush. This is a E45 Max. So this is the bigger version of it. They have a smaller one, but this is the one that came in my deluxe set, and this is the one I reached for more, so that's why I wanted to make sure I showed you this one too. So I have a few brushes that I like to use when I'm doing my transition shade just to start off a look, and this is just another one of those. I have my small tapered blending brush E45. That's another one I like to put in the crease. It's like a miniature version of like the highlighter brush I showed you all, because as you can see it has that pointed tip toward it. So if you like that sort of look for your inner corner as opposed to diffusing the color, this would be a good brush for you to use. Then I have my E27 detailed blending brush. So if you want it, so with this one, what I like to do is, y'all know when I put like a lighter color or a darker color toward the front after I put on my outer V shade, I would use this brush for that, because I feel like it's going to give a more detailed effect in the detailed area I'm putting in here, which is the original E25 blending brush I just like to use for the outer V. So that would be outer V, and this one would be more detail in that color that I put over the shimmer after I lay down my glitter glue, put on my shimmer, like in between this area right here. That's what I personally use this brush for, but you should use it for whatever you like. Here's the E25 blend. Wait, I already showed you all the E25. Sorry, I forgot Makeup Shayla had that one in her collection. The last one I have to talk about then is the tapered blending brush at E35. This is just another version of a transitioning color brush, in my personal opinion. As you can see, it's a little bit wider, so it all depends on what preference you have when it comes to the brush, but I showed you like a few options from a few brands. So you got the E40, you got the E45 Max, and you got the E35. All these are good brushes to transition color with. And then you have the diffused crease one if you like a more diffused look to the color, because I feel like these pick up a little more product than this one does. So that's why I want to show different options for different things and different ways that people like to do their makeup. So I know, right? It was a lot, girl. I know it was a lot. I'm sorry. But I just wanted to make sure I gave you all the options and showed you all the things that I use depending on how I want the eye look to turn out, which ones I use. So I hope I explained it okay, and I hope I did a good job of showing you all of the brushes I have that I use the most. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.